Uh, Hello there. You're Emmy, right? You're the 35-year-old granny with no kids? The same Emmy? Am I right?
Excuse me. Can I ask who this is?
Answer me first. What is this? I'm the one who's asking the question. Nobody answers a question with a question. That's super rude.
Well, you're contacting me. Isn't it respectful first state your name? You seem to know perfectly well who I am, but I have no idea who you are. I know better than to start blabbering about my personal information to some stranger.
Yeah, I get it. You old ladies are all the same. Always belly aching about this or that. I'm Mandy. I'm a college student at Stinson Medical College.
A med student at Stinson, really? So you're studying to be a doctor, huh?
You got that right. This med student is in the process of going steady with Mark.
Wait, excuse me? Are you aware that Mark is my husband?
Yeah, I'm perfectly aware. But sorry to say, he's got money and he's all mine now.
So that means he's cheating on me. You're having an affair with a married man.
Please stop with the words like cheating or having an affair. Just sounds so vulgar. We're just two innocent people in love. Just because you're jealous, it gives you no right to be so presumptuous.
All I'm doing is verifying the facts, that's all. Anyway, am I correct in assuming that you and my husband are currently in an illicit relationship?
Yep, that's right. Still don't like how you phrased it, but whatever. I'm really sorry about all this, lady.
You seem so nonchalant about all of this. Is this just your character? It's just the kind of person you are, I suppose.
Well, I guess. People do say I have an outgoing personality, if that's what you're asking. Maybe it's just that I'm younger and more energetic.
Pardon me?
I'm 21 now. Just turned 21 a month ago. As young as they come.
21, huh? Okay, what about it?
What I'm trying to say is that, unlike you, I'm not an over-the-hill 35-year-old woman. I'm young and vibrant. I have way more value than you. That's what I'm saying. Can you refute that?
Yes, I suppose you're right. There are plenty of women like me around. But I'm curious. Don't you feel cheap dating a married man? Someone way older than you?
Feel cheap? What are you talking about?
And you do realize that Mark is 36 years old, right? He's 15 years older than you. Seems like an old man by your standards.
An over 30 guy is no way the same as an over 30 woman. Everyone knows that. Mark is what you call a dandy, attractive, middle-aged gentleman.
You describe Mark as dandy? Attractive, middle-aged gentleman? You're not serious.
Why so surprised?
Kind of weird for me to say, but that tired, out-of-shape guy, an attractive, middle-aged gentleman? Are we talking about the same person? I really can't understand what you young people are thinking these days.
I think that's just a jealous old lady talking. You got to get out more instead of knitting or whatever you do at home. Besides, no matter what you say, it's too late. Your husband, the prestigious doctor, told me he wants to marry me, the vibrant and beautiful girl, 15 years his younger.
Wait, did you just say he's a doctor?
You think I didn't know that he makes in excess of $300,000 a year? And his father has his own medical practice. And obviously, He will be taking over that practice after his father. And he lives in that 3-story building with that huge backyard. And 3-car garage, right? He has his clinic out on the 1st floor.
Where the hell did you get all this information?
My grandfather used to go there regularly when he was sick years ago. That's the reason I decided to pursue a career in medicine. Was because my grandpa was so enamored by Mark's father that he wanted me to become a doctor like him. I've always maintained good grades, and I think I have the brains for it. I was just able to get in this med school.
I see, but
To be honest, I don't want to be a doctor. I figured I could just squeak by. Once I get into med school, the guys would clamor for me. Brains and beauty kind of thing. But all that studying, it's getting to be a hassle. There's just so much to learn. That was the mood I was in when I happened to attend one of those matchmaking parties at school. That's where I ran into this dandy doctor with a high annual income. On top of that, he was the son of the doctor that treated my grandfather years ago. I mean, if that's not fate, I don't know what is.
my first thought is, why is a married man attending a matchmaking party?
See? That's what I'm saying. You middle-aged women always nitpick every detail. That's why your husband dropped you.
Mandy, was it? One important thing.
We're really getting off track here. The fact is, Mark and I are in love. So, I would appreciate it if you would just divorce him ASAP.
You two are really being bold here, I have to say. I'm not only talking about you, but also my husband for attending some matchmaking party and seducing a college student.
Seducing, huh? Yeah, well,
I can't very well decide on a divorce over the phone, so I'll contact you later on after I verify it with Mark. Oh yeah, Mandy? There is one thing I must warn you about. I really think you should do a little more research on Mark if I were you.
pardon me?
I don't know how all this came about, but I think you got your wires crossed somewhere along the way.
What are you talking about, lady?
You go on like this, and you will reap the consequences. Your whole life could be jeopardized. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'll contact you later.
Bye, finally! I never thought you would grant that divorce. I guess it couldn't be helped. I bet you broke down and probably wouldn't throw in the towel to the bitter end, right? That's why it took so friggin' long.
Huh? I was all for it from the very start. Actually, I thought the whole thing was settled pretty quickly given the circumstances. It was total chaos. What with getting his parents and relatives involved in the whole mess, I was so darn relieved that the divorce papers went through.
You sure know how to put a brave face on. As long as the divorce is complete, I don't care about the rest. And about having to pay damages or compensation to you or whatever, Mark will take care of all that when we start our lives with a clean slate. If you even think about getting near him, I'll fetch the police on you right away. Just remember that.
I was just gonna say the same thing to you. I guess you simply ignored my warning. Didn't even bother to check up on Mark. I just hope you two will just disappear from my life for good. That's my only desire.
Seriously? I really can't figure you out. We're on completely different wavelengths. Hey, Emmy. Mandy here. Hey, when are you going to move out of that house? You know that 3-story place, Main Street?
Excuse me.
I already terminated my apartment lease. I have to be out of here by the end of the month, which is like tomorrow. I really would like to move in this afternoon. I need to get my stuff over there by the end of the day and start living my dream. A rich wife of a super successful doctor! So I need his ex-wife to pack it up and vacate the premises.
Oh, Mandy, I really don't know what you're talking about. It's none of my business whether you marry or not, but shouldn't you give priority to finishing school first?
Like I said before, I have no interest being a doctor. And besides, now that I'm married to a successful doctor, why work, right? So I went ahead and quit school. How do you like that?
Wait, you quit school? I'm sure it wasn't easy to get in. Seems a little reckless, don't you think?
I told you, the whole thing is just one big hassle. My husband brings in more than $300,000 annually. Why work? I'm just fine being a housewife, thank you. I couldn't wait to quit that school. It was getting tiresome.
I see. You really got your wires crossed somewhere. You're headed straight toward disaster. I warned you.
What the hell are you talking about? Keep blabbering about that nonsense. What's up with that? Are you okay up there? Hello? Anybody home? Let's cut the crap. I want you out of there today. Do the Vanishing Act. If you don't hurry up and get your ass out of there, I won't be able to take my place as the new landlord's wife.
Tell me, Mandy, why would I move out of my own house? This house has been in my family for years.
Excuse me? Your house? Been in the family? What are you blabbering about?
What a hassle. To borrow your words, Mark has already been forcibly returned to his parents' home back east, and so I suppose I'm the one that has to explain all this to you.
What are you talking about? Forcibly returned? Back east? Where back east? What are you talking about?
Let's set one thing straight right off the bat, shall we? The doctor you keep mentioning? That would be me. And the 3-story home and clinic that you're so fond of? That's my father's place. He built and ran that clinic for years. I will be taking over his practice when the time comes.
Wait, no way!
I talked to Mark and his reasoning is this. He said he lived at that house, but he never said he was a doctor.
Then what does he do? What's Mark's job?
He's currently unemployed.
Excuse me? Unemployed?
He worked at a clothing factory over in the next country for several years, but after marrying me, the factory went bankrupt and he left without a job. Ever since then, he's been without gainful employment.
No, I can't be.
After our divorce, he returned to his parents' place, and in order to pay off the debt to me, he's working several jobs.
Come on! You're making this all up! You are making all up, right?
I'm not making it up. If you doubt what I say, ask your grandfather.
Huh? My grandfather.
Yes, you said your grandfather came to our clinic and he was so taken by the treatment he got that he urged you to go to med school. That's what you said, don't you remember? I also remember an old man that used to come here. I'm sure he'll remember me.
This can't be right. Are you serious?
He's probably extremely angry at you for insulting the doctor's family that he's so respected. What's more, you quit med school. I hear your grandfather paid your tuition and your monthly allowance. I don't know the circumstances, but I would be furious.
This is not happening. Please. I just can't pay this compensation to you. Please. I was receiving a regular allowance from my folks while I was in college. And I've never worked a part-time job in my life. So, could you...
I know you were expecting Mark to pay for all of that, but you want to know the truth, Mandy? It's a tough world out there. You better wake up to the fact.
But I had no idea that I was only trying to.
I suggest you return home. Work things out with your family first.
I can't do that. I really can't. My folks told me to come back, but my grandpa is there too, and I really can't handle him right at the moment.
We talked about this through our lawyer. This is no joke, Mandy. It's not about you simply getting a slap on the wrist. Can't you get that through your pretty little head?
But what am I supposed to do?
You're gonna pay that compensation. The amount we agreed on through our lawyer, your folks agreed on it too. So, pull up your socks, grit your teeth, and bear it.
I just don't have that kind of money.
If you have any other comments, please refer to my lawyer.
I'm completely broke. What do you want from me?
Goodbye, Mandy. She mistook my husband for a doctor and stole him away from me. I really don't mind that part, to be honest. As a matter of fact, I was contemplating divorce for years. I tried to warn her, but she was so obsessed with being a rich doctor's wife that she would not listen. She was so infatuated with being a rich wife, she even quit school for God's sake. She had the brains to get into med school. Such a waste. I suppose being smart doesn't automatically mean a person has common sense. I heard that her grandfather paid for the damages on her behalf, but he's making her pay every cent back along with the tuition that he paid so far. He apparently introduced her to a live-in job as a cleaning lady for some rich family. She said she never worked a day in her life, so I can imagine how tough it will be on her. But maybe it's the perfect medicine for her. She's still young, and I hate to admit it, smart. She'll get through it somehow.
I just got home. Are you still at work, Justin?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be here for a while. You can have dinner without me.
Okay. You really are busy nowadays, huh? It's been almost a week since we last had a meal together, right?
Yeah, probably. I'm sorry I leave all the chores to you. We're both working, so I know I should be helping out around the house more.
Don't worry. It's not your fault if it's work. But we haven't been on a date these past couple of months. I've been feeling really lonely.
I'm sorry. I know it's been hard on you.
Are you going to be okay? It's almost New Year. Are you going to be even busier?
That's possible.
What? You're going to be even busier than you are now? We're still newlyweds.
It's been a year since we got married, so I don't think we're technically newlyweds anymore.
We're still newlyweds compared to the other married couples we know. Oh, yeah, there were apples in our mailbox.
Apples? Why?
Your childhood friend, Elizabeth, sent them. She got a bunch sent from her parents' house, so she told us to have some.
Oh, so it was Liz. Her parents have that orchard, don't they?
Make sure you message her and let her know I said thank you. I haven't been able to go shopping this week, so I'm glad she gave us some. Elizabeth must be busy with work too. She really is a sweet woman.
Really? I think she just forced her leftover apples on us. Besides, Liz is a stay-at-home wife now, so she's probably always bored.
Gosh, don't say that. She's too good of a friend to you, Justin.
Yeah?
I mean, she's pretty and smart. She was working with her husband abroad until just last year, right? I admire how she can speak French.
She's just a regular girl. We used to mess around the neighborhood together.
When you were kids, yeah. But weren't you happy that you guys reunited after becoming adults?
Not really, but I didn't expect her to move near our house. I thought she'd move closer to the city. We're both married now, but we became neighbors once again.
It was fate. Oh, speaking of suburbs, what are we going to do about visiting our families for New Year's? It's not an easy trip, but we should at least go home once a year, right?
Go home? As in my parents' house?
Yeah, my parents' house is close by, so I don't think we need to go there for the holidays. I'm okay with going over to your parents for the holiday season, Justin.
I don't think we need to go together.
What? You're planning not to go home this year?
I think I'll just go back alone for the holidays.
Why? Are we going to spend the holiday season separately?
I mean, my hometown has nothing fun or attractive. So even if you come with me, Clary, it'll just be boring for you. Plus, you won't feel completely comfortable at your in-laws' house, right?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know how I feel about not showing up at all.
We both work, so I think it'll be better to relax during the holidays. It might be normal in our society for wives to go to their husbands' hometowns, but I don't want you to feel like you need to, Clary. Plus, if you come to my hometown, it's not like you can leave right away. We'll have to stay overnight for sure.
But I haven't seen your mom since the wedding, and I have a feeling she doesn't like me much.
What? Really?
When we met for the wedding, she said that she never would have thought you'd get married to a woman like me. You don't remember her saying that?
No, I don't remember. Was I there?
You were. That made me feel a bit awkward. That's why I'm hoping to meet her and get a little closer to her.
You don't need to worry about it that much. It wasn't our fault that we couldn't travel or move during the pandemic.
That's why I wanted to visit them this year. I won't go if you're saying that I'll be a bother.
My mom probably forgot that she even said that. Besides, you're my wife already. It shouldn't matter whether my mom likes you or not.
But I'd like to be on good terms with her as much as possible.
Clary, you're so polite. I got it. I'll ask her about it.
Yes, please. Okay, have fun at work.
I will. Thanks.
Justin, how was your trip? Are you back at the hotel already?
I'm at the hotel now. I was gonna eat and take a relaxing bath soon.
I see. Must have been hard finding out about your trip last minute.
Honestly, my boss really knows how to get the absolute most out of us. I thought I was finally going to be able to relax this weekend.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Are you feeling okay, Clary?
Yeah, I am. By the way, your father gave me a call.
Huh? My dad? What did he say?
You know how it was your dad's birthday? I sent him a gift. He was calling back to thank me.
Oh, okay.
What do you think we talked about?
Oh, I don't know. You and my dad don't have a lot in common. That's why I was surprised.
Honestly, I was surprised too. It was the first time he's ever called me.
I bet. Sorry he surprised you.
But I was happy that he called. We ended up choosing to spend our holiday separately, so I won't have a chance to see him this year.
Did you want to come to my hometown with me?
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. My mom said she only wanted to spend the holidays with the family.
So basically, she doesn't consider me as a part of her family?
What? Not at all. Look, I'm sure she'll come around once we all start to see each other more.
Your dad told me that I should come over though.
My dad isn't good at reading my mother, so I wouldn't mind what he said. He just says whatever pops into his head. Besides, in our family, our mom's opinion matters the most.
I see. Okay then.
Nothing strange happened, right?
Not particularly. Just going back and forth between work and home.
I see. Great job at work, Clary. I'm gonna have my dinner soon. I'll message you later.
Clary, how have you been? Oh, Laura, good evening. It's been a while. Have you been well?
How can you act so carefree? Huh? What are you doing right now? Where are you right now?
I'm at work right now.
I'm in awe. You're a terrible person. You can't even show up for your father-in-law's funeral. I'm going to think about making my son divorce you.
What? Your husband passed away? Justin never told me anything about it.
Stop lying. My son says that he told you. Even if you've only met a couple of times, what kind of daughter-in-law doesn't show up for her husband's father's funeral? How is my husband going to rest in peace like this?
Laura, your husband is with me right now.
What? Didn't you say you were at work? Why would my husband be at your workplace? Gosh, you're terrible at lying.
I'm telling the truth. We had plans to meet today, but it seems like he got a little early, so he's waiting for me in the lounge right now. Your husband isn't with you, is he?
He's not here. He passed away.
Please, hold on a second. I'll have your husband look at these text messages.
Huh? Is my husband really with you?
Yes.
You're lying, aren't you? Are you trying to trick me? You have no connection with my husband.
We do, though. I'm his son's wife. Your husband told me about the plan you and Justin made.
The plan? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's too late to act clueless. Oh, he said that he's going to call your phone now. Your phone's ringing, isn't it? Laura, why aren't you picking up? Come on, we don't have all day. I still have things I want to talk to you about. Justin, I have the divorce papers. Can you hurry and come home? Your dad is waiting for you too.
Clary, I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
A lot of things. About everything.
The fact that you were cheating on me with Elizabeth? Or the fact that you were trying to get a divorce from me so you can get married to her? Or the fact that you asked your mother to help you get that divorce?
All of that. I couldn't bring up the divorce myself. I talked to my mom about it, and she said that she would support me getting remarried to Liz. She said that she would help.
It was an appalling performance. She pretended her husband was dead so she can make me the bad guy. What the hell did you think would happen?
I didn't want to hurt you, Clary.
I'm already hurt. If your dad didn't tell me that you two were making a weird plan last month, I would have been forced to divorce you without understanding what was going on at all.
You knew about it that long?
Your dad told me about it when he called about the birthday present I sent him. He told me that your mom had a crazy phone call with you. I couldn't believe it at first. I didn't want to believe that you were cheating on me, Justin. That's why I had detectives to do the investigating for me. And when I found out the truth, it was honestly so hard on me.
I'm sorry. If it was going to end up like this, I should have told you in the first place.
And only to find out the girl you were cheating with was Elizabeth. You started cheating right after you reunited with her, didn't you? You were both tricking me this entire time. You were on trips together. When you said you were on a work trip, weren't you? You were also at her house often since her husband is always away with work.
I'm the one to blame for everything. I should have told you earlier, but I couldn't bring it up when I saw how happy you were in our marriage.
Then can you divorce me as soon as possible and pay the alimony with compensation for adultery? I want to cut off all ties with you immediately.
I understand. I'm heading home right now. I'll fulfill my responsibilities. I'm gonna be with Liz after I settle everything.
Do you really have to tell me about Elizabeth right now? What's wrong with you?
I actually loved you so much, Clary. That's why I thought I should be honest with you.
I don't care what you do after we break things off. Besides, you won't be able to get remarried in the first place.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna get married to Liz.
I told Elizabeth's husband about you guys.
So what? I'm planning to pay the compensation fees for cheating, so he shouldn't fight us about it. The person who's going to be by my side from now on is Liz.
Elizabeth is asking her husband to start over. Did you know that?
What?
That's how I know she doesn't plan on getting married to you.
There's no way. Liz told me that our life would be so much fun when we got married.
Have you talked to Elizabeth today?
No. It's only 8 a.m. And if Liz is getting a divorce, she should be busy too.
That's weird. I heard this from Elizabeth's husband last night, but he said that Elizabeth was crying to him about how she doesn't want a divorce.
Are you trying to sabotage us because I'm getting a divorce from you? There's no point in lying like that. No matter what happens, Liz and I are going to end up together. That's why I'm leaving you.
Then why don't you try calling Elizabeth right now?
I can't reach her. It doesn't ring when I call her. How? Did you do something?
I didn't do anything. Elizabeth probably blocked you so that she can cut off her relationship with you.
This is a joke. Why would Liz betray me?
That's unfortunate. Seemed like you were serious about your relationship. But Elizabeth wasn't on the same page. Okay, come home quickly. I'll go submit these divorce papers once I get your signature.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. This just hurts. This is hard.
I'm hurting more than you.
You knew about the cheating since last month. I just found out Liz doesn't plan on getting remarried to me. I haven't got a hold of my emotions yet. Why don't you understand?
I don't even want to try and understand your feelings. I'm the one who was hurt. Cut it out.
I'm sorry, Clary. I understand. Let's think about the divorce one more time.
Excuse me?
I can't. My brain is a mess. I'm starting to regret the fact that I cheated on you with Liz.
That's crazy. You were just saying you were going to get remarried like 5 minutes ago. The moment Liz throws you away, you're going to crawl back to me? How stupid do you think I am?
It's not like that. I really loved you. That's why I couldn't tell you about the divorce and why I asked my mom to help me. You were in shock when you found out about the cheating too, weren't you? Then can't you reconsider starting things over between us?
I was in shock when I found out that you were cheating. But you couldn't even be honest with me. In the end, you relied on your mother and tried to throw me out of your life. I can't just forget that. Go ahead. Live your own life however you want.
Clary, I'm honestly so sorry. Next time, I'll only focus on you.
I can't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. You didn't want me to go to your parents' house because you were thinking about divorcing me, right? I don't want to spend another second with a man that thinks of me like that.
I'm going to be with Liz no matter what happens.
You're the one who said that. I'm not going to be by your side anymore.
My husband came home crying and begged me not to divorce him. But thanks to his father being there, I was able to get him to sign the divorce papers and compensation documents. In addition, my father-in-law was completely done with his wife and son's evil plan. He went home to his parents' house and divorced his wife as well. My mother-in-law had nowhere to go and ended up living in my ex-husband's house. But Laura blamed the divorce on Justin, while Justin blamed his divorce on Laura. They were both living frustrated with one another. They used to be so close, and Laura even cooperated with my ex-husband's affair. But in the end, they're both people who can only think about themselves. As for Elizabeth, she started over with her husband. But it wasn't like her husband forgave her. He was pretending like she didn't exist. He told me that Elizabeth doesn't know this, but he's just using her as his mate until someone better shows up in his life. As for me, I moved out right after the divorce was finalized. I'm finally living the peaceful life I needed. If I'm being honest, my life after finding out about my ex-husband cheating on me was complete hell. I don't know how I can possibly express my gratitude for my father-in-law, who supported me through all of that. I'm not his daughter-in-law anymore, but we've become close enough to send texts once in a while. As long as he'll have me in his life, I want to treasure his company. Also, I want to forget about my ex-husband and his mother as soon as possible. So I'm going to create new wonderful memories from now on to cover the old ones up.